Coming to you hot from the observation deck of the AirWreckRadio Sports Blimp. This is SportWreck! That's right. This is SportWreck. I'm Cory. You'll recognize me from AirWreckRadio, but this is not AirWreckRadio. This is SportWreck, which is a sports show segment kind of fractioned off of AirWreckRadio. We're trying the pilot episode out tonight in studio. With me is an asswipe with a round fucking head and a pecker nose. We're trying something different. I don't know what the hell we're doing. I know we're not doing AirWreckRadio, so it's not a radio show. It is a podcast. There's not nearly as many rules. There's not as much interference. There's not as much distraction, format, all that shit. This is going to be a sports show, but it's going to be not a stats and figures and statistics kind of sports show.
We're not just reporting. We're going to give you our take, our opinions.
We're going to banter. That's what I'm all about. I'm going to give you my opinion, whether it's right or wrong. And we're going to banter away and try to give you as much information as possible.
It's a good thing about opinions. They don't matter.
Yes. Bill is much more educated in the, what's the word I'm looking for? Athletic arts.
The athletic arts.
The athletic arts that he does more research than I do. He spends more time obsessing over it than I do. So he's going to be oftentimes the educator role, where I'll be asking questions and he'll be answering them, teaching my dumbass more and more.
Don't sell yourself short.
I don't sell myself short. I'm about 6'2".
Yeah, well, on the radio you look smaller.
Wait, but you know that happens. About at least 10 pounds later, right? So I guess we'll just get the ball rolling. Get on with the pompous circumstance.
Pompous circumstances.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to start with the NFL, right?
Yeah, well, of course we're going to start with the NFL. That's why I'm doing this.
Absolutely.
Because I am a football fan and I want to talk about the football. And I was like, shit, can't just have a football show. Got to have a sports show, and then we'll just spend most of our time talking about football anyway.
That's what all the sports shows do, because football is like blood of American sports.
Yeah, the American pastime, baby.
Even when they're not playing, they're still making the news most of the time. So.
Yeah, because you got all sorts of off-season things that are fun and games for the family.
Right, and especially now with the no fun league and the new rules where you can't even,
What's your take on the no fun league?
Oh
when
my God.
I can't do a goddamn thing to celebrate my achievements athletically.
Nope, no celebration. Just ran 100 yards through
107 yards in 13.2 seconds
through 11 guys. And
yeah.
I can't say I'm happy about this at all. So I don't know what Goodell's thinking there.
You can't spin the ball. Like, I get you can't have a half-hour long touchdown dance.
There's no need to be doing a dance and shit.
I understand why you can't chuck the ball.
I look back to the glory days in the 70s and the 80s there. There's a way to celebrate with class. I mean, Jerry Rice used to just, he just chucked it right over his shoulder, just dropped it over his shoulder. That's what he did. Or he'd walk back to the ref and hand it to him. His way of celebrating was classy. You don't have to dance around like a moron. But I don't think they should be telling you can't spike the ball or spin the ball.
Well, I don't think
high five.
I don't think you should do the funky chicken in the end zone. But Victor Cruz's little fucking mambo salsa thing for half a second, he does two little steps and he hands the ball back to the ref.
And you don't think the NFL got their kick for him and his mom doing the Campbell Soup commercial with that too?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
exactly.
Don't tell me
But I can't spin the ball.
Right.
I can't. Like, I get you can't. I never liked it, but I understand why you can't chuck the ball into the stands. You whack some old dude in the face, and it's the stand. I mean, it's the stadium's ass that's going to pay for that.
No, I understand that.
But I can't spike the ball. I can't give it a spinny spin. I can't do the friggin' gunshots. Pow! Boom! And drop it over your shoulder. Nothing.
And the thing about it is, with Goodell's control of the players' purse strings, you're going to see a lot of that not happen because a lot of the players can't afford it. You might see some of the superstars, do the occasional, what amounts to the occasional fuck you to them and do it. And he's going to.
The guys with real money will do it just to spite you.
But they won't do it a lot. because, you got to take Calvin Johnson. He's going to score 12 touchdowns. You don't think he's going to shell out $25,000 per touchdown, do you?
No, not at all. I understand. My big question is, and they're taking out, you can't do sack dances. So the first one that comes to my mind that I really thought was entertaining, Clay Matthews.
Yeah, well.
It's a dangerous man with a fun little Hulk, Viking. I'm going to crush you.
I don't think that was overboard myself.
It's a flex, really, is all it is.
Yeah, it's just a pose.
He's not dancing.
If he was doing it over a fallen player.
Somebody was hurt or something, that'd be different.
Yeah, but
he gets a clean sack. He breaks out his little and the crowd goes crazy.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But, I go back to sack master Mark
Stop
Gastineau.
tapping your lighter on the table or I'm going to tap you.
I go to sack master Mark Gastineau, man. He used to sack and he used to do his little strut and throw down the field and bat and all that. And, I don't know. I think they shouldn't exercise it out of the game.
No, you're a piece of glass there.
I don't think they should exercise it out of the game like this because I think that's what that's what gets the fans hyped up too.
There's a certain amount of giving the fans what they want, a certain amount of sportsmanship that the fans are expecting. That makes a show. Boxers talk about a lot that there's guys who are out there who can box, and there's guys who are out there who can box and give you a show.
Right.
And those are the guys that are wickedly successful, are the guys that can give you a show. Like those two Russian kids, the brothers there. I don't know much about boxing, and I'm going to get off in pontificating much shit I don't know. So I'll have to look it up for the next show. But I know there's two brothers. I think they're Russian or something like that, German something.
Yeah, I'm not big on boxing myself.
Klitschko? Something? I don't know. But I know they're both very robotic fighters. Very just boom, 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 tight form, by the book. They'll kick your ass. They beat people to death. But there's no show. There's no flair. There's no play in it.
No Sugar Ray Leonard dancing around.
Yeah, there's no Cassius Clay screaming from the top of the lungs. Yeah, there's none of that.
Yeah, well, boxing's in a bad way overall, actually. They
because
really
mixed martial arts is kicking the shit out of it.
Well, yeah, because boxing, they just don't go with the times. And, it's sad, though, but if you ever...
it is an old-fashioned sport, but it doesn't have to be an old-fashioned sport, but it still can keep its integrity. It doesn't have to be mixed martial arts.
Now you hit the nail on the head. You just brought it up with integrity. Boxing lost all their integrity when
the scandals, with the dive scandals.
And, I might as well throw
with the 80s, early 80s.
Well, just think when you start talking to boxing, what are the first names that come to your head?
Big spiky hair, ugly fucking dumb fucking face.
No, let's not get too...
I'm not going to go any further than that because I'll get myself in trouble.
Yes, Mr. King there.
Yes.
Yes. Well, yeah. Like other famous athletes, even though he wasn't one.
But he was a promoter.
But he's the biggest promoter, and he was a thief, a liar, and supposedly a murderer also. So, accused murder. Right.
Yeah.
I said suppose.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page.
It wasn't, what's his name there? Oh, God.
A lot of guys.
Yeah, right. Take your pick, right? I'm just thinking Ray Lewis, I know he wasn't proven, but he was involved in that, and here we are 10 years after the fact, and,
Yeah, at least 10 years.
10 years after the fact. He's retired now. He had a great career, won a couple Super Bowls, and he's going to be on TV every week talking football.
Making ridiculous amounts of money.
Right.
In a suit that looks ridiculous on him.
Right. And you know what? I wish I had that suit because I'd sell it and
pay my rent. Yeah. I always like watching. I like looking at the God, I cannot come. I'm horrible with names. Well, pretty much any. Daryl Strahan, perfect example. Strahan is a perfect example of just a guy with 20.
Michael Strahan.
Daryl. Why did I say Daryl?
I don't know.
Michael Strahan. 24-inch fucking arms. Just giant python arms crammed inside of a silk suit.
Yeah. And,
they look ridiculous. They're such a V that they look ridiculous.
And he's retired now, and, he's on Kelly and Michael. Who used to be Kelly and Regis and Kelly.
I know.
And I'm sorry, man. Just looking at them two together on the TV is just wrong on so many levels.
Something in your 1970s heritage just triggers wrong.
No, it's not even that. It's not a racist thing at all. It's a size thing.
Oh, it's just
there's this little pixie white blonde little. She's like a fairy. She's 120 pounds, sopping wet.
And, but she's got 12-inch arms too, man.
She's a buff little girl. I'll give her that. But then there's Mike sitting next to her. He's 270 pounds
of solid, just
burr. Like, oh my God, Mike! Watch where you're going. You could hurt her.
Yeah. Mike, put that thing down. What are you doing with that thing, Mike? Put it away. She's little. You can't hit her with that thing.
Oh my God.
Oh, is that not where you're going with that?
No,
well, that's where I went with it.
No. But you know what I actually wanted to? I don't know. I think I mentioned it to you earlier.
What?
But do you know your team?
The Buffalo Bills. Listen. The only thing
is really odd that we get along as well as we do, because we are in the same division and
have opposing teams.
And we have opposing teams. So
we're allowed to use everything except for that the big game at the end of the year.
Yeah,
that's everything. We can use the names of the teams and this and all that. We just can't use that big one.
Gotcha.
Got to be careful of that.
So that one is probably going to be
stop tapping your lighter.
One.
But yeah, that's the big game.
That big one.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But anyway,
no, you just keep that.
Oh,
I gave that to you as a gift.
Oh, hey,
so that we didn't have to keep doing that.
Weekend for presents.
Oh.
Anyway,
so we were talking football
here.
We were talking football. We started off talking the No Fun League.
Yeah,
basically,
but that's really Goodell.
We're gonna give it to Roger Ebert 2 thumbs down.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely. I don't. Goodell really needs to stop trying to exert control and be king, and needs to listen to the fans more. He's getting like a TV marketing exec.
Okay, let's talk about the reason why I wanted to do a sports show podcast. My Buffalo Bills.
Yes, your Bills.
The whole reason that we're doing
this. Living in Western New York, it's quite obvious most people are Bills fans. And me being the odd one because, I was born into a Jets realm. But anyway, I know probably as much about the Bills as the Jets because they're here in my backyard and I have to
you got to learn about the local team. Yeah.
Right. And I have to, be able,
for me,
we have to be able to talk to the natives. And so your team, you never told me what you thought about Marrone. First of all,
I don't know what I think about Marrone.
Really?
I know that I was a little partial towards Gailey. I don't think the 3-year head coaching rule is right.
I will say this: as an outsider looking in, I think you're.
Maybe I'm just tired of flipping head coaches.
Well, yeah, that could be understandable, but I think your connection with Gailey was. I think you guys were trying to relive the fatherly connection you had back in the day with Marv.
With Marv, the old hair, the tight ass, no showboating. He didn't scream and holler. Very constricted, very professional.
Yeah.
But a creative play caller, which what Marv Levy was.
Yep.
I think he was a better coach than he had a football team to coach. Gailey.
Yeah, maybe too. But you know what I see as an outsider and through the coaching carousel in Buffalo, what I've seen the most biggest problem is none of these coaches in the past, Williams, Duran, Phillips, whatever, I can't even remember.
You had Williams, Duran, Phillips.
There's another one in there.
Yeah, there's at least 2 more in there.
Yeah. Gailey, obviously.
Chan Gailey, Marrone, but
no, before Marrone. But anyway, every coach that's come there, in the last decade or two. I really feel they have never been a perfect fit for what the Buffalo team used to be, what the Buffalo area fan base is. They haven't been a good fit. And as an outsider, as not a Bills fan, I see Marrone coming here from Syracuse. I see shades of Chip Kelly going to Philadelphia. And from what I've seen of Marrone on, interviews and stuff, I gotta say he's very comfortable in his role as a head coach, which is odd for a first-time head coach.
He's very confident.
Very confident.
On the field, he's very confident.
But it's not a forced thing.
He just is.
It's just him. He's a very natural.
I do like the fact that we pulled from college. Instead of pulling 10-year-old failed coaches or guys that are already won and retired and are coming back, or pulling names. We went with youth. We're pulling somebody up. That's the way we draft every year, so that we get the young guys coming out of college.
Right. I agree. And I said, I think Marrone's a good fit. He doesn't seem like he has any issues running an NFL team as opposed to a college team, and he actually
same game but faster.
His personality goes good with the Buffalo fan base personality.
How do you say? What do you mean by that?
It's a fit. It's Buffalo likes to think of themselves as hard working class type of people, and their team may not be the best team, but they're going to give you 100% all the time. And this guy, this isn't just talk coming from him. He lives it. You can see he lives that. You can see his enthusiasm and his what impresses me as a first-year head coach is his overall view of how this is going and should go. He's not. He does seem to have a direction. Yes, and I don't see any trepidation in any aspect of his coaching right now. Which is, I'll give you an example. I'll take Jason Garrett from Dallas, who I don't feel is a good head coach myself. I saw a lot of trepidation from Mr. Garrett. He may be a better head coach now that he's given up calling the plays to his offensive coordinator this coming year. That remains to be seen. We'll see how they do. But, Dallas is not a playoff team. Their offensive line is horrible. There's an example.
Oh, really? Dallas is not a playoff team.
Yeah, I know.
Let me put my surprise face
You're hearing that first here, everybody. Okay? I'm serious, because every time Dallas or Tony Romo's brought in the conversation, 90% of whoever you're listening to out there in Radio Land is going to say they're a good team. They could make the playoffs. But the thing is, Dallas has for the last decade had plenty of talent on their team, except where they need it the most, which is always the offensive line. And this year, I can't remember who exactly, but they lost one of their main offensive linemen for the season last week. So that line was already suspect. Now without them,
Dallas Cowboys front line?
Yes. And so they lost someone for the season. Now, obviously, they're going to replace them, but it won't be the caliber of the guy they lost. And the line was already suspect. So Tony Romo's going to, pad his stats, throw for 1,000,000 yards and everything else, but they're not a playoff team. Dallas wins. Dallas goes 8-8 this year, maybe 9-7.
What I'm doing is 8-7. 9. So 9. What'd you say?
I said Dallas goes 8-8 this year, maybe 9-7.
Okay, that makes more sense. I'm sorry, I was trying to look up that information for you.
Oh, no problem.
Dallas going 8-8 sounds like the same thing Dallas has done for the last 10 years.
Pretty much.
8-8, good enough to be a team.
That's what I mean.
They're not pushovers. You're not guaranteed to win. But you're not guaranteed to lose.
The problem is they have a lot of talent. They just don't have talent where it's needed. And as far as and I can take that a little farther with Mr. Romo. He's got great numbers. If you ask anybody in the sports business, announcing whatever.
To call back to the information you were looking for,
Yeah.
In afternoon practice, second-year defense lineman Tyrone Crawford,
Yes.
a player on the rise, suffered a season-ending torn left Achilles tendon.
Right.
He hurt himself during a bag drill.
Yeah.
A bag drill.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. The kid just hit a bag for the 1,000,000th time.
Right.
And tore his Achilles out.
Yeah, out for the season.
Oh, my
and it's
God.
Achilles, so,
It'll never.
Who knows?
It'll never.
Yeah.
No, I know. He'll play again, but he'll never be right again.
What it was. Yeah.
He'll never be right again.
Yeah.
Speaking of never be right again, we started on the Bills, we kind of wandered off.
Yeah.
Speaking of never be right again, EJ Manuel.
TJ, right?
Yeah, that was EJ.
Is it EJ?
I'm 99.9. It's EJ.
Yeah. It's my biggest problem. I don't listen to
I'm no good with names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
EJ Manuel.
the thing was, the first 2 weeks of practice, I heard a little bit about him back in minicamp, but the first 2 weeks of preseason practice here, by all reports, they were impressed. He was picking it up fast. And the thing with preseason is, no matter who you play, their defense is only going to show you 2 or 3 looks. When you get to the regular season, though, the defense is going to throw the kitchen sink at you.
All sorts of different kind of feelings.
They may throw you a half a dozen looks in a quarter. Okay? And in all of preseason, you're only going to see maybe 2 or 3 looks from defenses, because that's how defenses operate. The problem with a freshman quarterback like this is these preseason games are extremely important for him to get to learn how to visualize the field in front of him, so he can identify the looks
with the big players, with the fast boys, and with the crowd. I mean, they're not huge crowds, but they're crowds.
No,
maybe not like for EJ Manuel's coming out of Florida State, so actually their crowd would be small for him.
Crowds are actually incidental. The only time crowds are ever in effect is in a magnified game.
In Ralph Wilson Stadium?
No, what I'm saying is they get used to the crowds.
Well, I'm saying he's out of Florida State. He's probably used to crowds.
But his main focus is a freshman quarterback is trying to identify the defenses and stay alive long enough to get the ball out to wherever he's supposed to be getting it. Now, you ask any freshman quarterback their first year, I don't care who it was. I guarantee you get the same answer from every quarterback. Ask them about their first year in the NFL. And then basically...
Are the words scared shitless?
Basically, they say, I'm just trying to survive.
I just don't want to die.
Basically.
I just don't want one of these monsters to take me apart.
They don't know what they're looking at. The defenses are so complex compared to college.
And bigger and faster.
And they don't know what they're looking at. Because as I said, in preseason, you might get a look at a half dozen defenses through the preseason. You're going to look at a half dozen defenses in the first quarter in a game. So they're just running scared. Okay? They're trying to learn this as they're flying.
I would like to point out, and I told you I didn't want to get too heavy into numbers, but some numbers validate points. In 2012, EJ Manuel, passing yards in Florida State, 3,397 passing yards. In 2012, at Florida State, do you know how many fumbles he had?
Oh, I don't.
0.
Nice.
Do you know how many interceptions he had? 0. And an assisted tackle.
Nice. Nice to see he's staying, participating in it all times.
I don't want to go too heavy into numbers, but the kid's got numbers.
Right. And as I said, he looked pretty good for, preseason. Problem is, he hurt himself last week.
That's the question. I mean, and I disagree with the prognosis.
What was the prognosis? I heard it was his knee.
It's his knee. Prognosis was the wrong word. I disagree with the timeline they gave us. Nothing that requires surgery heals in 3 weeks. 18 days. 18 days.
He still misses the opening day.
He's going to miss opening week at least.
Okay, well, here's the problem.
I say he misses the first 2 games. At least.
And here's why.
Because you need 6, and he's young. He shouldn't rush it. He should let it heal right.
Not only that, but he's not ready.
But we got Cobb, who's the seasoned veteran.
Who is like, yeah, I know. It's no choice at all. No one wants to play Cobb. I'm sorry, Mr. Cobb, but
he's not bad. I mean, on preseason, he was great, but he's not our franchise quarterback. He's not our guy.
But you don't want to. So here's the predicament.
When are we going to get our guy?
If what they said about his knee is correct, even if they start him week 1, he comes into week 1 with no practice. That ain't gonna
as a rookie quarterback in the NFL against New England.
That ain't gonna happen.
We're gonna start Cobb against New England. There's no why you wouldn't. So, I don't care if he's in perfect shape. Starting against New England for the first game.
If he's deemed physically fit after week 1, they still shouldn't start him for 2 more weeks. They should have let Cobb play the first 3 games.
You keep tapping the table, I'm going to beat you to death.
It might happen.
We will find you a squeeze ball or something to fucking do. Something for your hands. I understand that you're having an issue.
Yeah, all right.
But the problem is we don't have fancy mics. You keep tapping the table, and if I can hear it, they can hear it.
Gotcha.
All right.
All right. But where was I?
That's why they're called pilot episodes, because they all suck.
Back to Mr. Manuel there.
Talking to a microphone because we're doing a radio show.
Back to Mr. Manuel.
EJ Manuel.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a good quarterback for the Bills. I really do. My problem this year is, Bills fans don't expect too much because it is.
That's my problem.
Year. I mean, let's face it. You guys win 6-7 games. You did well.
If we go 8-8,
that's fantastic.
I'm happy.
And I got news for you. In this
we showed up to play.
In this league,
and we beat the Patriots once.
In this league, in this division, if you go 8-8, it's pretty good. And not because it's a tough division. I know it's not the toughest division right now. Not even close.
Not the toughest division,
NFC West.
But we're not going to be pushovers by the mid-year.
I know all you NFC East fans are going, no, it's not. It's the NFC East.
Whoa. I'm not saying the NFC West isn't mean. I'm saying by NFC East won't be as soft as it looks by the middle of the year, is my bet.
The NFC East?
Mm-hmm.
No, you're right, but it's
will
not
be tougher by the middle of the year.
But it's not.
No, the West is mean, dude.
The West is mean. Seattle and San Fran is just, they're kings, I'm telling you right now. Seattle doesn't lose at home. Period. They just don't. And
that quarterback of theirs is a friggin' phenom.
Wilson, he's awesome. He's
phenom.
Awesome. And which we get back to the new emergence of these 3-4 quarterbacks last year. Locke, Wilson, RG3, and I caught myself.
All right, you caught yourself in that one. And that one we're even leaving in all of the I caught yourself.
You're right, though. We'll get a squeeze ball.
Get your little rubber pussy to play with. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then you'll be distracted through the whole friggin' show. What were you saying?
Nah, as long as it's rubber, we'll be all right. Get X over here.
All right, so we touched. You sent me a question before we get off the Bills.
Right.
Real quick on the summary. Don't expect what you're expecting. A lot of Bills fans are like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!"
You got
stop doing that.
Every right to be excited.
You have a right to be excited. You have a right to be optimistic. What you don't have the right is to assume things that haven't happened.
Right, and I'm telling you right
and
now.
And what we'll do is we'll go.
What was their record last year?
I had to look it up for specific, but it was 8-8. It was
okay, and that wasn't bad. If they do that this year, first year, that's awesome. Anything better is fantastic. My problem with the Bills, and I think I'm a little. I think for some reason this guy just has never proven himself to me. Is I do not like C.J. Spiller. I don't know. I'm sorry. I thought Brady Jackson was the better running back.
I agree with you,
and I know,
but they're two different running backs.
They are, but I know Jackson, since he got hurt, Spiller's picked up the
slack big time, and
I don't know. We'll see. Last year could have been a flash in the pan. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, his preseason stuff looks nice. You know who I was talking to my old man about?
Really should have changed his name though, because if he ever starts a fumbling problem,
Spiller. Oh, I know. And that was his problem his first year.
Yeah,
was holding on to the ball.
Exactly.
I was talking to my old man, our forgotten running back, and that is because we have two really premier running backs. Choice. He was running in the preseason against the Vikings there. What's his name? 20. What's his number? 20 something. Choice. See, forgotten running back.
Yeah, all right.
Third string running back.
Well, he's playing special teams then, probably, right?
No, he was in on preseason, just playing because they were done with CJ.
Oh,
and Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson. Oh my God! Of course, this is why I need somebody that can do this better than I can.
Well, if I had the computer in front of me, I'd be ahead of you on it because
probably. But okay, so summary on the Bills. Don't expect what you were expecting. At best, you can expect is an 8-8. I'm tired of hearing about the Super Bowl every time we go 3-1 on an opener. Bills always come out of the gate strong. We always do. Doesn't matter what coach, what team we have, we come out of the season like bats out of hell because everyone else is just getting warming up and we think it's time to show.
Which isn't bad.
Shard.
The problem is the Bills usually show everything they got by week 5.
Tashard. Tashard Choice is our third string running back.
Where's he from?
Out of Oklahoma University.
Oh, yeah.
Had 1,925 yards in Oklahoma. And he's a little short, but he's stocky, and he's got great awareness.
He's sort of built like Freddie.
He's got Freddie's taller than him.
Really?
But he's got that great where Fred's got that motor where the legs never stop, and CJ's got the quickness. Choice is very aware. He can read what's going on around him and alter steps before alterations are made. He's like the chess player kind of running back. I love him. I kind of hope
moves like Sanders.
I kind of wish he'd go somewhere else. He's number 20, by the way. I nailed it.
Oh, okay.
Like 20 something?
Yeah.
20. I wish he'd go somewhere else. So that he could be successful. Because he's not going to be successful here underneath Jackson and Spiller.
Now we're talking about poor players, and the poorest player of them all is Mr. Sanchez in New York. So
blow me.
No, man, you don't understand. Everyone will say
fucking blow me.
It's just everyone just says Sanchez isn't a good quarterback, and that's not the truth at all. The guy has won 4 playoff games. His rookie and second year. He won 2 playoff games each year.
6-10 the Bills went in 2012.
So 8-8.
8-8 would be great. 8-8 would be great.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, Sanchez, New York.
Sanchez got fucked by New York.
Ooh, did they at least buy him dinner first?
That's about all they did for him. Okay, see the deal.
Oh, no wine for Mr. Sanchez.
The deal is Sanchez is a play-action quarterback. Okay. Much in the mold of Montana. Mr. Sanchez was very successful in school. Mr. Sanchez gets drafted by the New York Jets and Mr. Rex Ryan, which it was Rex's pick, by the way. Okay?
I just like to point out that Rex Ryan has a St. Bernard head now that he lost all the weight.
Well, that happened.
And a dog's name. Move on.
Anyway.
That's nice. See, it took a second to sink in, but it was funny, wasn't it?
I got it. Yeah, this is like you asshole.
Ever since he lost that weight, he's got a giant head. And his dog's name.
Well, that's because he's one of the reptilian people.
Oh, he's not one of the mammal descendants?
No. He's like celebrities and politicians. They're all reptilians that actually secretly run this country.
So the second master race kind of thing.
That's another podcast.
So. Okay. Yeah, that should more of the House of Pain.
Yes, exactly. Nice. And but anyway, Sanchez was Ryan's pick, okay? But you got to remember when Ryan
kid's got a strong arm.
His arm isn't his best thing. It's not the strongest arm. He's got a good arm. The thing here is he was a play action quarterback. Play action quarterbacks need 3 things to thrive:
eyeballs, line in front of them. What's the third?
Well, actually,
pocket presence.
No, I wasn't going to go with eyeballs. Actually, the O-line, number 1.
Oh, that's any quarterback.
Then they need a workhorse, number 2.
Oh, yeah, okay. Somebody to catch the fucking ball.
No, somebody to run the fucking ball. Workhorse.
Oh, okay.
And then They need a short yardage passing game.
Screener.
Short. Right. So Sanchez gets drafted by the Jets.
So what you mean is a tight end. You need a running back and a tight end.
Or a short yardage possession receiver. Okay. And
the tight end receiver is kind of a new thing.
Someone will go across the middle, a la Wayne Corbett.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. In this case...
Even a Mr. Steven Jackson.
In this case, the Jets draft him, and they give him Jones for the workhorse. They've got one of the best offensive lines in football at the time.
That friggin' Jones.
Wait a minute.
Animal.
Yeah.
Animal, that kid.
They get Jones. They give him a great offensive line, and they give him Jericho Cotchery as his possession receiver. I watched Cotchery lay out like Craig Nettles on third base to catch fucking footballs. This guy catches everything near him. Well, Mr. Tannenbaum, the GM at the time, he decided after that first season, because now Jones wanted more money, that he wasn't going to pay Jones. So he made Green our running back, and he sent Jones to Kansas City. Jones prospered at Kansas City. Green struggled the whole year. Number two, he decided that we're in New York. We're in the news all the time. We got to do something big. We got to have star players. I'm going to get us some star receivers. This is a passing league. I'm going to get us some big-name receivers. So, goodbye, Jericho, who's the possession man. And in comes people like Braylon Edwards, Randy Moss.
Braylon Edwards. Not the hype.
Burris
is the hype.
Burris. But these are the names he brought in because we're New York. We got to have the big name receivers. Problem is,
Burris was every bit of that hype.
Problem is, we don't have a gunslinger for a quarterback a la Favre, Rodgers, Breeze.
Scumbags.
Yeah. No, we don't have gunslinger. We've got a short yardage possession, play action,
no huddle, fucking quick.
Right, that's what we got. But now all of a sudden, all we got to throw it to our big name. I'm familiar
with that offense, sir.
Yeah. So the Jets fucked Sanchez. The Jets screwed him 6 ways to Sunday. They screwed.
Who fucked Sanchez more, the Jets or Tebow?
Jets
I hired
Tebow.
I know, it's a joke.
No, but
I was segueing.
But the Jets have a history of this. Pennington, they fucked over too. Okay,
Pennington. Who's Pennington?
Chad
Remember,
Pennington?
You're the football guy. I'm the radio guy.
Yeah.
Educate
Chad
me.
Pennington. He was the Jets quarterback for 4 or 5 years. He quarterbacked when Herm Edwards was coach.
Pre-Vinny the Guinea?
Vinny was before and after, actually. Vinny is one of them guys forever.
He just never leaves.
Yeah, he's in shape now. He could start tomorrow, I bet you. You call him.
You take him too.
I'd take him too. Yeah, you're damn right. 90% of the team. And half the teams in the league, I'd take Vinny. No problem, man. Guy's not the greatest quarterback. But
I fucking Vinny the Guinea. I fucking take the ball. I throw the fucking ball.
Vinny and the Jets.
Yeah. Overall, how do you feel about your Jets?
They're dismal. They're dismal, and it's all management. Here's the saying.
What's the bright side?
The bright side.
What's the highlight? The silver lining.
There isn't one.
There's got to be. Who's the guy? Who's the guy with the? You can look at me and I tell you, Fred Jackson.
I'm telling you.
As long as we got him in the locker room, we got a chance.
I'm telling you now. Sanchez is starting quarterback this year for the Jets, no doubt about it.
Well, of course he is.
Well, yeah, there's no doubt about it.
What else are they going to do?
The problem is they're saying Sanchez hasn't taken the team and the control like he has in past years. I say...
Maybe because you tried to replace him, you cocksuckers.
Yeah, well, that's just the tip. Not only that, I mean, look who he's throwing the ball to.
I don't know. I have no idea who he's throwing the ball to this year.
Second-year man Curly.
He came down good last year.
Doing well.
He came down with a few last year, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And second-year man Hill, who we're waiting for a breakout season from Hill. He was drafted high.
All the potential.
All the potential's there.
How many times have we seen that?
And that's pretty much, Braylon was a non-factor last year. Burris was a non-factor last time he played. The other guy, I can't remember off the top of my head, he was a non-factor.
That kid Burris, man, I still say it, man, he came out with all the fucking hype in the world. And he had like all the momentum and all the moves and then nothing. And then nothing. Yeah. And then just nothing there.
It's like, yeah.
Fizzled.
Nothing.
I don't know what the fuck it was. And he was supposed to be
paid.
He was supposed to be the kid that lit the world on fire. Yeah, he's one of those ones. He caught his paycheck and he just, all right, I'm done.
He got paid. Exactly.
He got that life-changing paycheck.
And that's the problem with like, a lot of athletes I see in the NFL, especially receivers nowadays, because it's a passing league, is, these receivers, they get their big contract and then they just don't fucking do nothing. Then when their contract's about up, all of a sudden they have another banner year, Yeah,
oh yeah. Now all of a sudden as soon as they change teams.
Yeah, 3-year contract.
Oh, it never works for the Bills. They change teams to the Bills after they get their big contract, they shit out, and the team trades them. The Bills pick them up because they were an amazing name before, and then they're like, oh, we're playing for who?
Yeah, the only sauce back to the Bills for
T.O.
Just back to the Bills.
I'm sorry, I actually brought us back to the Bills, but go ahead, and then we're back to the Jets.
Okay, no, back to the Bills for a minute. Just wanted to touch on that Mario Williams little fiasco there with his girlfriend in the ring and all that.
Don't care about any of that.
No one.
I don't give a fuck about any of that.
But, it was
keep hitting quarterbacks.
Right, but it was fodder on the talk shows for.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
And the only reason I want to hit on that is that was the only blip of negativity
from Mario Williams, and his camp, his whole camp,
from Doug Marone's camp,
the whole he got in a fight with his old lady. That's and how many people ain't got in that fight with their old lady?
Yeah, exactly. He was stupid about it, but who cares? But
that's because they're football players. They're not smart fucking people.
My point there is, you have a first-year head coach. And that's the only issue he had all camp.
Is the most famous guy on the field with the biggest paycheck got in a fight with his old lady.
Right.
That is the biggest fanfare guy.
And it wouldn't have gotten that much play.
I lie. He's not the biggest fanfare guy.
He wouldn't have gotten that much play if he wasn't paid so fucking much for so little last year.
Well, yeah. But now that wrist came around, he's coming around. I see a much more active Mario fucking Williams.
Change that to freaking later.
No, you can swear all you want. This isn't the radio.
Oh, jeez. It came out, and I was like, oh, damn.
What did I say earlier? I made sure I said something really dirty earlier. I don't remember what it was. But I'll have to listen back. No, I tried that whole FCC compliance thing.
Yeah.
Until somebody wants to pay me to not swear. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? So we touched Bills. Want to wrap up the Jets is what we were trying to do. Right. What's Jets season looking like?
If the Jets go 8-8, Rex Ryan.
The whole fucking league can't go 8-8, dude.
Well, that's what we're hoping for. We
got 4 teams in this division. You're going to say they all go 8-8?
That's why it's parity. No. The Jets are actually, on paper, they were dismal. More dismal than that. Here's the
6-10 for the Jets.
The 6-10. If the Jets go 8-8, Rex Ryan gets Coach of the Year. For the talent he's got on that team. Ooh. He goes 8-8. He gets Coach of the Year.
I always call him the Great Rex Ryan because I like his coaching style.
What the fuck are you doing? This has nothing to do with coaching style. I'm telling you, if he gets this group of guys to go 8-8, that's the coaching job of the year. On paper, this is a 4-win team.
I think as long as Belichick is in football, he's going to take it for the year. I know you hate Belichick, but it's true.
What do you mean, take it?
As long as Belichick is playing football, he's the best coach that year.
No, that's not true.
Coaching football.
It's not true.
No, you're right. It's not true at all.
True. Don't get me started.
No, but wait, that's what I do want to get you started. I wanted you to wrap up the Jets because I want to talk about New England real quick.
Oh, okay.
And this is the second time I've tried to transition you because I tried to do a Tebow reference when you were talking about the Jets to pull you around to New England.
I just took off.
Yeah, you just took off. So now I'll use Belichick to pull you around to New England.
Okay.
New England.
Yeah.
Outside of Hernandez, because we're too late to be topical.
Yeah, well, that's really not, let's face it, we're just waiting for the axe to fall on that. But
so,
moving on is Belichick and Brady do.
Yeah, that's what they do. They got no receivers. What the hell are they going to do?
No, you're wrong, man. First of all,
the boy Prince has got nobody to throw to.
First of all, little whiny Walker took off and, went elsewhere.
Danger.
Mr. Belichick picked on me.
I want to talk about that before we're done, too.
Mr. Belichick picked on me.
Well, Mr. Belichick broke his boot off in your ass.
Mr. Belichick made your ass. He plugged you into his system with his quarterback, and he made your ass. That contract you just signed, Bill signed that for you. Pal.
Exactly. All those stars that were on that contract
stop your whining.
Came from the stars before
stop
you.
Stop your whining. And let's go, because without Mr. Belichick, no one knows who Wes Welker
Whatever.
is.
He made a good choice of where he went.
Right. But that being said, Patriots losing Wes Welker, not a factor.
How do you say that's not a factor,
dude?
Not a factor. Every play. I mean, you just got used to the words, and Brady connects to Welker.
Yeah, and you're going to hear, and Brady connects to Amendola.
Yeah, you're going to hear a lot of Amendola.
You are, because Danny Amendola is the same type of player.
And if you catch the ball, Brady will give you the fucking ball.
And they've already gotten their chemistry down.
And you can guarantee, if you can catch a ball, Brady will give you a ball, and he's going to give it to you every time.
I'm telling you now, Danny Amendola in this system is interchangeable part with Walker. They're not going to miss some beat over there. Their problem's going to be tight end with Gronkowski. What's going up with Gronkowski? What's going up with Gronk? Yeah, he's questionable. Not only is he questionable.
That's what happens when you're that big.
Well, yeah, you're questionable healthy first of all, and then second of all. Let's face it, some of his decisions aren't very Patriot like on the outside, partying here or there, getting his picture taken with his shirt off.
You mean his decisions are exactly Patriot like, not what Belichick would like to have happen, but it seems like those are colors that seem to get in an awful lot of trouble.
Yeah, well,
were there gun charges last year?
Yeah, but that's an overwhelming problem in the NFL right now is gun issues, gun ownership with players in the NFL.
They should all have to move to New York City. Now get a gun.
Yeah, well,
good luck.
Thing is, I mean, look at Burris, New York.
But he doesn't live in the city.
No, but he got picked up in the city when he shot himself in the leg or whatever there.
Oh yeah, well that's why he got nailed to a cross.
Yeah, well, but the thing is, these players, if they weren't brought up around guns, they've always wanted one, and now they got the money to go buy one. And it is an issue because how many players in the NFL? There's probably at least a dozen this year alone that you could name in the last 5 years that have gun problem issues, gun issues. Picked up for gun, whatever, shot somebody, shot themselves.
Got shot in the leg by yourself because you're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Oh, I've got millions of dollars because I run. Boom! That'll help.
Actually, he don't run too well. He catches, but
Oh, I'm sorry. He just stands there on the line and he catches?
Burris, he's a receiver, you dumbass.
Yeah, he just stands there on the line. The play goes, and he stands there.
Okay, but they're not really paying him because he runs. Everybody runs.
Oh, but that's receivers do two things. They catch balls, but they run. They're the fastest fuckers. They're agile. They're all about when you analyze a receiver, you don't talk about how many balls he comes down with. You talk about his stutter step. You talked about how he pulls a juke on coverage. You talk about how double teaming is required in order to push him to the sideline, to push him out.
Yes, and you're right. You hope your receiver
all running
all them abilities, but
all running.
The bottom line is you're wrong. The only thing you really care about is how many times he comes down with the ball and where he does.
But I never hear anybody commentate on that. It's always about his footwork.
Yeah, because they just like to talk and feed the air with fucking bullshit. We got an hour radio program. I got to stretch this out, whatever it is.
You'll be surprised how easy it is to fill 1 hour.
Oh, I understand that. But, I mean, I could turn on, sports talk all day on the same station, 4 different
That's
shows.
20 hours.
4 different shows.
That's
and they're all
80
talking
hours.
about the same topics.
Well, yeah, because there's 80 hours of radio to fill. You're going to back up. You're going to talk about stupid shit.
Everyone talks about
garbage.
the same topics. Everyone's got their own take. Which, good to go. But
that's why they call throwaways. You just have throwaway subjects that just fill air.
Yeah.
Because you're paid to talk to a microphone. Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I think I could handle that job.
So, New England loses Welker, picks up Amendola.
Amendola. You got me golf screwed up now.
Don't fucking talk to me like you're the football guy.
Amendola, he's pretty much, him and Walker are totally interchangeable, especially in Belichick's system. They're not going to miss Walker. They're questionable at tight end, and there's a little suspect on the secondary with some of the new rules, but.
So everything said and said, they still got Brady and Belichick.
They're still the Patriots. They're still going to win the division.
Or don't expect them not to be contenders.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely going to be in the playoffs.
You expect wins in that column? They are the Patriots.
Yes.
The final
personnel
dynasty
doesn't matter for that team.
Not as long as the two that we keep saying, Belichick
That's
and Brady,
right. Because they will
figure it the fuck out.
Exactly. Whoever they've got, whatever tools they have.
And as much as I hate him, and it's throughout this show, you'll hear me talk how much I hate him.
You don't understand
He could play the game himself. He could throw the ball to himself.
I don't like the word hate. I despise Belichick and Brady. Yeah.
Jealous. I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
Yeah, everyone is, man. I mean,
that's why I don't like when I'm jealous.
Sure, he's not my quarterback, so he's an asshole.
Exactly. If I were a Patriots fan, he'd be the greatest son of a bitch that ever walked the face of the planet.
There you go. If he was playing for the Bills the last 10 years, it'd be a different story.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care whose nuts he's swinging off of. I want to grab onto the other one. Yes, sir, Mr. Belichick, sir.
Yeah. Well, I don't feel that way about Belichick, though. Belichick, I have problems with not so much integrity, but, let's face it.
He's a douche. I mean, he's a fucking douchebag.
I understand looking for an edge and shit, but for some of the things he's done in the past with the taping of the practices and stuff like that, it's just, yeah.
Taping the practices, questionably illegal.
No, so yeah, Belichick is a great coach. I don't think he's going to be the greatest coach ever, but I really do believe Brady's probably going to be the greatest quarterback ever when all's said and done. Which
I still say
I have a hard time giving him that crown because Joe Montana's always been my favorite. But
you're going to see a couple other guys in the contention for that greatest quarterback.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to.
As long as Peyton Manning's playing this game for a while, he might take the numbers, dude.
But
he didn't. I mean, broke his fuck neck. He came back like a tiger, dude.
It's not the numbers, dude. It's the thing that's amazing.
In class, you can't beat Peyton Manning in class either.
It's not the numbers that makes Brady so amazing. It's the adversity,
arrogance.
No, it's the adversity and the different personnel he's worked with.
Peyton Manning broke his neck.
Brady has done 3 different systems under Belichick. He's taught 3 different systems, and he's been successful with them all. When Belichick goes to Brady and says, "We're doing this year. This is the system." Brady learns it, teaches it, and is successful. Manning comes to a team,
and they make the system to him.
Right.
Well, when you're that good. Listen, Welker went over to Denver, and I think that's danger, buddy. You just gave Peyton Manning the weapon he needed down the field. Guy still got the arm. He's still got the arm. He's not quite as fast as he used to be, and you notice he doesn't turn his head like he used to.
Welker's a great possession receiver in the right system.
You're going to get used to the words Manning hits Welker. Manning connects to Welker. Get used to those words all season.
Oh, yeah, but I'm not saying he won't be successful there, especially with Peyton Manning in that system. But the Patriots aren't missing him.
Well, no, the Patriots aren't going to miss him. They're the friggin' New England freaking Patriots.
There you go.
Real quick, want to touch on them because we went through the whole division already. We might as well touch on them. Miami. I know zero.
Miami. Actually, Miami.
I know zero.
Tannenhill's their quarterback. Second year.
Any good?
A lot of promise.
The same guy from last year?
Yeah, but
okay, he was a lot of rookie there.
Yeah, he didn't play the whole season last year. He came in third or fourth game, I thought.
Yeah, and replaced that other bum.
But
bum.
A lot of potential. Miami's problem is they just gave away Reggie Bush.
Wow.
Reggie Bush went to Detroit.
The one name you've ever had.
Right, and Reggie Bush went to Detroit, which just adds to the weapons they have up there.
So,
if Detroit isn't a playoff team this year, it's a coaching problem. I'm telling you that right now. Their talent is just
unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You've never seen such a Cinderella story from the worst team in football.
Oh yeah, the talent on that team. If they don't make playoffs, it's a coaching issue.
So Miami. Not Lions because they're not in our division. We're not doing that today.
Gotcha. Back to Miami. As I said, there's a lot of promise to Tannehill. He doesn't have a lot of weapons. He doesn't have a good secondary.
How's the coach? Who do they got for coach?
Oh, God, I can't remember right now. What's his name?
Is Wade Phillips still in Texas, in Dallas?
I think he's defensive coordinator there, actually, again.
Oh, sorry.
He's
as a Bills fan, I hate him so much. I kind of follow him,
I was never
hoping he'll fail.
I think Wade was a good defensive coordinator. I don't think he was ever
the head coach.
Good
no,
head coach. I didn't like him as a head coach in Denver either.
He had no idea. He had no offense mind whatsoever. Yeah. No idea how to run an offense.
But,
no clue.
It's where you got to, when you're a coach like that.
Well, you hire around your weaknesses.
Well, your offensive coordinator is as important as you are. And,
if you're defensive minded, you hire offense people.
Like, I'm not sure who the Bills have been using, but I know, like, the Jets, Marty Schottenheimer was a good, by-the-book offensive coordinator, but he just didn't have a feel for the game sometimes. When he should have stepped on their throat, he didn't. When he should have backed off and let them have something, he didn't. But
offensive coordinator and quarterback coach Nathaniel Hackett.
Oh, for the Bills, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, is he going to call a game?
I can look that up. I doubt it very much.
You think Marone's going to call the game?
I think Marone's going to call the games. Coming out of college, he's going to have a little control freak issue that I got to be the boss.
Well, maybe, but you know what?
Or he'll be so... If he was another coach, I'd see where he'd be sheepish. They'd be like, I'm going to let the veterans handle it, and I'll watch.
I don't mean that.
But he's going to be the fucking boss.
The thing about it is, in the course of a game, a head coach has got so much to do and pay attention to, he really doesn't need to be calling the plays.
Well, that's why fucking Kelly called the plays when fucking Kelly played. Wow.
Yeah, but
Peyton Manning calls his offense. I'm sure to a point. I'm sure if coach says, listen, this is what you're fucking playing, that's what you're playing.
No, it doesn't work that way, though. See, what people don't realize in the modern NFL is under a certain scheme, there might be, like, say you got 8 screenplays in your portfolio, right?
New quarterback coach Nathaniel Hackett gets the nod to call.
Okay. So, yeah, Marone's not going to do it, which is smart. He's got enough to worry about with the times in the flow of the game. Okay? So, he'll tell Hackett what he wants.
He's got to manage the fucking clock, right?
Yeah, and that's little of it. But you're right. So, I think...
A little of it. Maybe the clock's a bigger part than anybody ever gives it credit for.
Most head coaches need a solid offensive coordinator. I really believe
any leader has to have a good support structure underneath them.
Yeah, and I believe that the offensive coordinator should be calling plays. Now, that's
why you used to give bonuses to your employees.
Last year we were watching Dallas not make the playoffs,
and like the year before that.
Yeah,
and the year before that.
But this was last year, so it's fresh in Dallas Cowboy fans. Oh no, they only have the memory of they have a great long-term memory, no short-term memory.
Listen. They have a really, really awesome stadium.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all they got, but it is fucking amazing, that stadium.
Oh, we're America's team. Leave us alone.
You were in 1993.
No, they still are. I mean, as far as merchandising goes,
maybe.
they are. The Dallas brand is worth the most.
Internationally, I would believe that. If you went international, I believe
America.
Dallas Cowboys.
I'm talking America.
What I'm saying is, I would say if you went to Italia, went to Italy, and you went, American football, gridiron football, they went, oh yeah, Dallas Cowboys. I bet you they would. It was the only thing they would know what to say would be Dallas Cowboys.
Right, but
I don't know about inside. I think inside
but here's the thing:
country, it's too fractionalized.
What is king?
Money.
Right. Merchandising.
Oh, and who's got the most?
Dallas
Jones. Yeah.
Ready? $43 billion they're worth, that brand. You know who's the closest next team in the NFL?
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots.
I believe that. They're the winners. They're the winners.
And he's only worth $500 million.
Oh, wow. That's a big jump.
Yeah.
That's a big jump. So why can't they win anything? It's the same things like baseball. Steinbrenner's worth everything.
Because Cowboy fans have long-term memories and no short-term memory. They haven't won nothing in 14 years. Tony Romo was one of the greatest quarterbacks that's in the NFL. Wrong.
He's one of the most consistent quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, but break down his numbers. He's got great stats, but they're all between the 20s. Anything in the red zone, he falls apart. Can't win a big game.
No pressure zone. No pressure ability.
And I know everyone's going to make the excuse, well, it's his line has been soft.
This is not going to turn into We Smash Dallas Radio.
Okay, well, then we're going to move right along because, I just, oh, God.
I mean, and I love smashing Dallas.
Oh, not as much as me. But they're not even my division.
This can't
stand them.
Oh, I know. I never play them. When the fuck do we ever play fucking
once
Dallas?
Every 4 years, baby. And guess what? The last time they played the Jets, they lost.
I don't even remember what the fuck.
I do. Every 4 years. They played the Jets last year.
But I don't know if the Bills beat them last year or not. I can't remember.
I don't know.
It might have been one of those games because we beat everybody we weren't supposed to beat and lost everybody we were supposed to beat.
The Bills never beat Dallas, right?
Shut up. Thought we were going to go a whole hour without fucking doing that. I thought that hour was going to happen without that having to be smushed in. We did make the hour.
Yeah, I think
smushed in my fucking face.
It wasn't smushed. It was just, oh, by the way.
Gently dropping your fucking head. Oh, by the way. What was that record you guys hold, you prick face shit lose suck team?
No offense, but some of my best friends are Bills fans. Obviously, I'm from the area. But
you said that like an accused racist. Some of my best friends are black.
That says a whole lot right there, doesn't it?
Anyway. No. I didn't mean. Oh, shit.
Shit, I did.
Do you want a picture of my wiener?
No. No. Yeah.
Okay, so we hit Bills, we hit Jets, we hit New England, we Miami. What's your? We went. What did you say for a record for New England for the year?
They're going to win the division.
Clearly, give me numbers.
They're going to go 11-5.
Okay, that's what you're saying. 11-5.
11-5. I see 11-5.
And then this year at the end of the season, we get to pull this audio and see how we did.
Yeah, I think New England's good for 11-5. I said Bills 8-8 would be a great year.
Unbelievable year.
Jets 8-8 would be a great year. I know it's borderline.
Both 6-10. They're both shit teams.
Yeah. Miami
6-10
is the dark horse in the league, though. Or in the division.
They could take some momentum if they got some.
Yeah, if they start off hot, I could see Miami. I don't see them winning more than 9 games, but I could see them being a hair better than the Bills and a lot better than the Jets.
NFL on a whole. Well, what's the record you say? Give me numbers
for Miami. 9 wins.
9 wins.
9 wins.
9 wins. 9-7.
9-7. Bills 8-8. Jets 6-10.
Well, 9-7 will put them off in the wild card. What do you think they'll do in the playoffs? Put them in the wild card.
Miami.
Contention. Yeah. What do you think about playoffs for Miami?
I really don't know because they've been such a non-contender, non-factor the last few years that I really don't know.
You just think they won't make it out of contention?
Well, everyone could get lucky, but let's face it, they're going through whoever's going to play is going to play New England.
You got to go through New England. New England's guaranteed their slot, but at least Miami's in the run for the wild card if they're the next best.
Right, but to be honest, you look around the league.
What's the rest of the league?
What's the rest of the wild card teams going to look like? I mean, you could probably name 10 of them right now, and I'd probably pick all of them over Miami.
Yeah.
The AFC East used to be a very strong division about eight years ago, and it's not anymore.
Yeah, sacked up by the fucking Bills, the losers. All right.
Moving on. I'd like
what do you want to talk about real quick? Because we got to get to
wanted to touch on the one other important New York team, which would be the Giants.
Yeah, we got to touch the Giants. They're not but they're a New York team. Yeah.
Super Bowl and
and Super Bowl contenders. As long as you got a Manning throwing a ball, you are in the run for the playoffs, guaranteed.
Absolutely. And the thing about the Giants is,
Cooper Manning.
I know they're not our division, but you got to mention the Giants. First of all, they're a Super Bowl team. Second of all, they're never in the news because they go to work, man. That's what they do. They go to work. They do what they got to do. You won't hear boo from the Giants. You won't hear boo from Tom Coughlin's camp. You know when we'll all be talking about the Giants, right?
Playoff time?
Last 4 games of the season when they start turning it on like they always do.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll give you 6 weeks. Last 6 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
6 weeks.
Because they always finish strong.
As opposed to the Bills that come out 3-1.
I like that about them. They're very workmanlike. They're not like my team going, look at me.
Bills come out 3-1, 5-2, and then...
I think you're going to see that's going to not be the case so much with Marone. I think
you don't think he's going to come out of the gate fucking all white knighted?
I think he might come out of the. Who's your first game?
New England.
You're going to lose that. I'm sorry.
I would really like to see the win the second New England game. But as a rule, when we do beat New England, and we do beat New England, as a rule, when we beat them, it's the first game of the year because Brady's not ready. What?
I didn't bring my schedule with me.
For what?
Football.
For who though?
Week 1.
Week 1 for around the league.
Well, week 1 and week 2.
Week 1 for so you went the Bills schedule.
Yeah.
Okay, I got the computer in front of me. If you want me to look something up, just ask me.
Look up the Bills schedule.
Okay.
All right.
As a Bills fan, you think I would know these kind of things?
Nah, you can't retain everything.
But I can't retain this kind of fucking bullshit.
I know. You had to remember I was coming here tonight.
Man, that's enough. That fills my brain.
Then I made you all screwed up when I said, hey, you got to come.
Okay. Buffalo Bills, Season 1, September 8, 1 p.m. on CBS. Patriots.
Right. You're going to lose that game.
At home.
Oh, yeah. You're going to lose that game.
I know. And like I said, normally when we beat the Patriots, and we do beat the Patriots, it's in the first game of the year. By the second game of the year, Brady's too turned on to take him.
Your problem is Cobb starting.
That's the problem. We don't have the... Yeah. I don't know. Fitzpatrick took him last year.
Yeah.
Cobb's a better quarterback than Fitzpatrick. I loved Fitzpatrick as a figurehead, as a role model, as a fun novelty thing. He was. He's the same thing as Doug Flutie. He was a novelty thing.
Well, you can't compare the two. I'm sorry. Doug Flutie has way too much hiding in his shelf.
Well, Doug Flutie was a very accomplished, smaller league quarterback. However, Doug Flutie did not graduate from Harvard and get a 1600 on SAT.
Yeah. Good thing he's using that education right now, huh?
Yeah, well, he how much did he guarantee? How much was his contract guaranteed right before they fired him? Shit. 6 months before they fired his ass. What was that guaranteed contract worth?
What are you giving him any of that credit for? His agent did that.
Week 2, Buffalo Bills, Week 2, September 15th, 1 p.m. on Fox, at home, Panthers.
Oh, there's a very winnable game.
That's a winnable game. And then the game after that, I think, is winnable as well. September 22nd, 4:25 p.m. on CBS at the Jets.
Yeah, it is a winnable game.
Then we got Ravens.
That would probably be week 3.
Ravens loss.
But week 3 at the Jets,
you're
probably going to be seeing Manuel back for the first time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it might be touchy. We got 4 the Ravens. That's a loss. Ravens were a solid middle of the ground team last year. They're going to be a solid middle of the ground team this year. And that's the same time team that fucks
They won the
us.
Super Bowl last year. Joe Flacco and the Ravens, buddy.
Well, yeah, but they were
solid middle of the road. Come on.
Well, I mean,
they won the big one.
Middle of the road wasn't the word I was looking for. I meant consistent. Solid, consistent.
Workman-like. Without Ray Lewis, they're even more workman-like.
They're consistent. They're just winners. They give you the same game every time, and they're going to beat it in your fucking head. A fucking mean defense.
I think you're mixing up Flacco's personality with the team, man.
I'm not talking about Flacco. I'm talking about the Ravens in general.
Yeah, and I think you're mixing up Flacco's personality is just workman-like, boring, blah, 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 with the team.
No, the defense is fucking evil. They're fucking mean, evil scumbags. No, the offense is very ornate, very play by the numbers, fucking throw the ball, catch the ball, run the ball.
You better go look at the stats under Flacco again.
I'm not saying he's not amazing. I'm saying he's consistent. He does the same things over and over again, and he does them well. The defense is mean. They're lose, guaranteed. Then we've got the Browns next week after.
Browns, this question. I
on the NFL Network, you scumbag piece of cock-sucking horse. Not you.
Oh,
NFL.
Why? What'd they say?
It's on the NFL Network. It's not on CBS or Fox.
It's a Thursday night game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's why.
Cock-sucking horse. I hate that.
I do, too.
Bengals.
And let's face it,
it's the game I'm going to this year.
Two games on Monday Night Football is stupid, too.
I'm going to the Bengals game this year, which is Week 6, October 13th.
Really?
Perfect football weather.
Who are you going with?
The old man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Huh? You already buy the tickets?
Yeah. Actually, we had to buy the tickets. My aunt accidentally bought them on somebody else's request, and then he threw a fit that it was the wrong game. And ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Cool. I bet you see if there's any more available.
Where are you sitting?
I don't know. I said, hey, do you want to go to the Bills game? Yes.
Hey, you didn't have to even pay, huh?
No, I'm going free. If I can see there's more, if there's room available, there's any more tickets or whatever.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
When is it?
October 13th.
Yeah, that's not
perfect
cold.
Football weather.
Yeah, crisp. I don't like the snow.
October 20th, Dolphins.
Another winnable game.
Saints.
Good luck on that one, pal.
Chiefs,
questionable.
Nah, lose. That's
if you questionable, the Chiefs are on the rise.
Steelers, L. Big Ben will serve it to us.
Yeah, Big Ben depends on how he is, though.
Yeah. Then the Jets again, but this is the second Jets game of the year. Jets will be a little fucking faster and harder.
Jets might
get meaner by the second half of the year.
You never know with the Jets. You don't know what you're going to get. Here's my.
I'm going to say that's a loss for Buffalo.
I know you didn't want to go back there, but just a quick thing, a little synopsis. There's the two ways the Jets are going this year. Either they win 6 games and we say goodbye to Rex and Mark Sanchez next year, or Sanchez really starts getting the chemistry going with this Curley and Hill, and they blow everybody away, surprise everybody, and win 10 games and go to the fucking wild card.
Never happened.
I don't think it will either.
Dreaming.
Fucking
dreaming.
But I will say this. Mr. Clayton has told me through Twitter that it looks possible the way he's clicking with a couple of them receivers. If he doesn't throw the INT, it looks like a group of guys that Sanchez can manage.
We started this bit. We're finishing this bit. Predictions on the Bills season. Falcons. I'm going to go loss.
Yeah.
Bucks, loss. Guaranteed. Jaguars.
Is a win.
Winnable.
I'm giving them a win. I know there's a lot of talk with, what's his name? Cam Newton there. Quarterbacking. But I see that squad suspect right now.
I find the hybrid quarterback a little bit suspect, even though we're putting our money into one.
This is the first time I've heard the term hybrid quarterback used specifically.
I find Cam Newton to be exactly that. The very definition of hybrid quarterback.
I think more RG3 than I do Cam Newton.
Okay, that would go too. And the running back that throws the ball.
And again, RG3 is a lot different than Russell Wilson.
Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Perfect example. Running back that throws a fucking ball.
I got you where your mind is now.
Maybe I'm not using the same term, the term the way the professionals are, but that's the way when I think hybrid quarterback, that's what I think of.
Mobile.
A mobile, Not mobile. A mobile quarterback is a fucking pocket present fucking quarterback who can throw the legs on when he needs to. Michael Vick did nothing but run the fucking ball.
Stop. It used to be mobile meant you ran the ball as a quarterback, okay? When you're talking about staying in the pocket and being mobile, that's not mobility. That's footwork.
No. But I'm saying the guys who can go, who play the pocket, know how to be a quarterback, and then go, well, this isn't going to work. Break outside, take it to the outside, and down the fucking line.
But here's the difference. Brady, he dances the pocket. And
but he's not a hybrid quarterback.
He's not a hybrid quarterback because he doesn't have to be.
He's a ball chucker.
He finds the 3-foot square part in that 25 square foot area
and puts the ball in it.
No, not where he's throwing, where he is in the pocket. That 25 foot pocket that he's in, he finds the 3-foot square where he can deliver the ball where it has to go.
Mm-hmm.
But he's in the pocket. That's all footwork, what we call dancing or feet work.
Yeah.
Mobility is when you break the pocket and you start running.
Run the ball. That's a hybrid. Well, yeah, but a regular quarterback can do that in times of necessity. Fitzpatrick from Buffalo Bills is a perfect example. He could play the pocket all day long. But if he had to, if it collapsed on him, if the O-line let him down, he could break to the outside, put it right up the fucking middle because the guy didn't even slide. Okay? But the hybrid quarterbacks are 50-50, in my opinion. Maybe I'm using the term wrong compared to the professionals.
No, I don't. I'm not sure on the hybrid.
They're 50-50. They're running backs who also throw balls.
Yeah, see, now they're throwing around the term hybrid, whereas before the term would have been prototype NFL quarterback.
The new guy, Yeah.
So, whatever. I got news for you.
When they went through the West Coast offense thing, the new offense.
As a lifelong football guy, I know the NFL is a pass-happy league now, but the problem that's just starting to show its ugly head is it's not football anymore. It's basically 7-on-7.
We're running long on time. Explain. Oh, wait. Before you explain, last 2 games of the Bills schedule. Dolphins. Second game of the year is a loss.
No. Depends on the teams, but I think the Bills actually, if Manuel settles in nicely, I give him the edge over the Dolphins.
And, well, that's just all wild card with Manuel. And final game of the year, Week 17, December 29th, 1 p.m. on CBS, Patriots. Yeah. Open and close.
How bad does the Patriots need that game?
To win? Not at all. They already got their spot by then.
Then there's a chance, but don't bet on it.
Wow.
Belichick.
I really want to be the Patriots
Belichick wants to go into the playoffs on a high note.
Well, that's also true. He wants to be dominant.
Yeah.
And Brady has to win.
And Brady doesn't like to lay down. He won't lay down.
Brady has to win.
Yes.
You see it on his face when he loses. He doesn't like losing.
One of my favorite coaches. You play to win the game. Herm Edwards. Thank you, Herm. You play to win the game.
On that note, I want to thank everybody for joining us for the pilot episode of SportWreck.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me in the what the fuck did I call it? The observation deck of the AirWreckRadio Sports
The announcer deck.
The observation deck of the AirWreckRadio Sports Blimp. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Good night.